So here's a thought about the temple. It's a customary in the 3 weeks to study about the laws of the temple. And this is because Ezekiel was prophesying about the third temple while the Jews were still in exile. And Ezekiel said to God, why would you want me to prophesy about the third temple? That's going to depress the Jewish people who are in exile. So God says to Ezekiel, he says, just because my temple is destroyed, therefore nothing should be happening. If they learn about it and you prophesy about it, they learn about the temple, I'll make it as if they're doing the service in the temple. So by learning about the temple, that is what brings about, it's as if we have our temple, even though it's been destroyed for 2,000 years. So here's an interesting lesson about the temple. The temple had interesting walls, like the old castles, that it's small on the outside and it gets bigger on the inside. But the temple was just the opposite. It was small on the inside and then wide on the outside. And the reason behind that is because mostly windows are to bring light in. So it's small on the outside and gets larger to bring the light in. But the temple's windows were the other way around. The temple was a place of light, godliness, and it was to bring out the godliness outside. And that's why the temple's windows were small on the inside and got wider on the outside to shine the light from the temple. So even though the temple was destroyed, but we know the holiness of the temple still there in Jerusalem. We face east when we pray. We believe our prayers go through Jerusalem, and it still maintains its sanctity. Same thing happens if, God forbid, when someone loses a family member, we say God should comfort them amongst the mourners of Zion in Jerusalem, that we believe that soul stays on. Just like Jerusalem is still there, the soul of the person is still there. We also say that just like we say next year in Jerusalem, at the end of the Seder, that we believe that there will be the third temple will be rebuilt. When someone passes away, we say the same thing, that the person, when Mashiach will come, will be able to see them once again. Even in Hebrew, there's no goodbye. It's the hitraot, we'll see you soon. So there's two ways for that to happen, when the person goes out to the next world, or for the Mashiach to come and then come back here. So let's hope and pray that during these 3 weeks, that these times of auspicious days of the transformation of darkness to light, by adding random acts of goodness and kindness, adding and putting tefillin on, mezuzahs on our doors, lighting Shabbat candles, married couples weren't using the mikvah, and giving tzedakah. Especially it says Zion will be redeemed with charity, adding a lot of charity, and through that we will merit the third temple speedily now. Amen.